Mike. Mike. All day. All day.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. Funches has it complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Shotgun now for Rodgers. They got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's a first down and then some. A 32-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Hey, 626.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
26.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10.
Come on,
Block and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
X3, 218, chop. Yeah. Hey, Jack, now.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Watch his flat.
Rodgers. Going to throw again. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Devin Funchess, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 30 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively. Well, we talked about Philip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018. The Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Philip Lindsay. From the 36, Locke. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Clock now on first down. He'll find Lindsay here. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got by he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run here with Lindsay. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. Now Locke to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Here's Gordon trying to run inside, but nothing there. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The kick by McManus is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you got all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
What you got, Heavy? What you got? Hey, 88.
Out of the shotgun is Jones. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Jump out! Go to 50. You block over here.
Brings us 3rd and 6.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Going up top. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Gordon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Let's go now.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos have taken the lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Take 26.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
I can't believe he let you play.
Throwing is Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done. Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On second down, a run with Lindsey. Room here to run. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards there, a first down. At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick. But let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On second down now, it's Jones. And some space here. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
258.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. He's going to wind up and air it out. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
The Packers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. Now Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up fourth down. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
Let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Back to the air on second down. It's locked. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
30 base. 91 is the mic. Mike 91. That's right, baby. Quickstone travel.
On first and 10, it's Lindsey. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Blue 58. Mike, keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers, he's going to look deep down the field. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy. That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. This is taken at the 18. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And it'll be Packer football here, first down and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jarrell Casey with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
We want it.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He sets to fire deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 35. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Now a carry for Lindsey. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, Sam off. Coaching spell.
Another run by Lindsey. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
Mike, 58, right there. Hey, watch the slant. Look at me, zipper. Yep. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby.
On 3rd down, block under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Finding Knox there, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now it's Rodgers. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
Ready.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
On 2nd down, it's Gordon. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. From the gun on third down, Locke. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 15. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Elsewhere, second half is underway up in Orchard Park. It's the Bengals that have moved back in front now in a seesaw affair. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It was Duke Dawson on the tackle, the second-round pick in 2018. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire... And now here is another interception. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Broncos on third down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 14. Throwing now is Locke. Going right side here, and that's complete. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26. Back, back, back. Shit. Bang, 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 bang. Bang.
Running right. It's a handoff to Gordon. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Check 4. Switch. Undercut.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos push further out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I got you, punk. Jump out.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And he's going to go down again. Von Miller in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Fielded at about the 28. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Check 43.
Here's Lindsey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsey, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we get to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, Alpha! Hey, we're not going.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey, he is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
6-6, pull it, ready.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
You can't block me. You can't.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
What an advantage having an elite guy to build a defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here we go.
And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound Brandon no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. But they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week.
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw is Rodgers. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the 1st quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the 1st quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Denver, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.